Hello and welcome to Shores of Tripoli with me, Quincy Morris, and a special guest, Voidninja, who is also my brother.
Hey, I'm Voidninja, who's also Quincy Morris's brother.
Yes, and if you were wondering who's this guy, Voidninja, or John, is the guy who invented horse economy. So, show some respect. So I figured while I was stealing all of John's good ideas, I could at least jointly steal it and do a game of Shores of Tripoli, which we are part of the way through. We're into year two. Got some interesting things going on in Algeria, popping off right at the end of year one. And I'm trying to decide what I will do about that. Um, for now, I think I will do something maybe a little unorthodox and build a gunboat. So, your turn, John.
Okay, I'm going
And if you're wondering what those explosions are, it's the 4th of July.
money. I'm gonna get some money.
Yeah, show it be. I hope I didn't just accidentally give away information here. No, I don't think so. Okay, oh, you're doing. Oh, you raided with the Algerines.
Yes.
Okay. That's to be expected. Well, I'm convinced you don't have a second Algerine Corsairs raid. I mean, what are the odds of that? He said ominously. I'm never sure when to play this. Uh, I'm going to build another gunboat.
Alright. You
Oh my goodness.
want...
Two of
what?
these things.
Do I like win or something if I get all three of
If
them?
you
Or
get all of the money, you win. That is certainly a thing.
but you have a number of different win conditions. You can do
Uh,
something that involves
I can win if
allies.
I own Dern and you have no allies and no frigates. I can play a card to win. Or if I take Tripoli. Well, I was lucky enough to get Corsairs confiscated, and it looks like John has been lucky enough to get
Get money.
uh, these allies out. What'd you get? One out of that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to launch the Intrepid and sink one of your boats. I'm going to force you to use your allies. If I can at least focus on whittling Tripoli down, maybe that can be enough.
So you
Maybe
just killed one of my red boats.
I sent in a fire ship and blew up one of your boats. The Intrepid was a Tripolitanian ship that was used. I love the explosions in the background.
Yeah.
It really helps with things. Uh, it was a Tripolitanian ship, which was originally actually, I think, a European ship that was captured by Tripoli and then made a Tripoli ship. And then it was captured by the Americans and made sort of their raider ship because it looked like one of the Tripoli ships. They used it for a lot of their various clandestine things, like the burning of the Philadelphia. And they did attempt to use it as a fire ship, which was not very successful. It just damaged a few boats and blew up. We think because the Tripolitanians discovered the ruse, which is to be fair because it was the second time we had attempted one of those types of ruses. We being America, who were the good guys in this conflict. People who are wrong will tell you that there are no good guys or bad guys in conflicts. And those guys are simplistic. Good guy doesn't mean they're
Just get
completely good
paid.
or all on the right.
So I'm gonna do this.
Just means they're better than the other guys. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yusef,
Yep.
Quarren Monley. Okay, which one do you want to raid with first?
Oh, so I pick
Yes, that you do. Okay,
money,
let's see, that was Tangier. Yeah,
money,
and that was the other
and
one.
then
And I think I will play Lieutenant Starrett in pursuit. Ooh, there we go. Ha ha ha. Sunk two of your boats. That feels pretty good.
I guess I had to raid with them, or could I have not raided with them?
Well, not with Yusef, you had to.
Okay.
Yeah. That is the annoying thing about that card.
So I just need Wait, I need
Oh,
12 money.
yes, I was wrong when I said the other number. I was
Okay.
giving you wrong information. What do I want to do here? Let's do. How many do I need to discard one card? Um,
Oh, this is a new year. That's why I have new cards.
right. I'm gonna get rid of this card. Yeah. And you apparently need to discard down. Remember, you're clicking to discard a card, not clicking to play a card. That's a
Okay.
mistake I always make. Yeah, we should play on the 4th of July
Voidninja.
more often, these games. Really adds an ambiance that makes it more fun.
Assume I have to discard one more. Mm,
Okay, I can bring in my army in 1804, so that's next year.
oh, I have to discard another card. Oh, it's down to 8, not 10.
And then once you've clicked the card, you need to hit next. Alright, I am going to use Show Force, get rid of Tangier. Go away, Tangier. That's enough of your shenanigans. And it's your turn.
Okay. Going
Oh, and when you get the Philadelphia Runs Aground, you want to make sure to wait and get Uncharted Seas, or whatever the name of the card is, that combos with it, because there's literally never a reason not to combo those cards. Just because the first result on Philadelphia Runs Aground is so worthless. Oh, phooey. That's pretty
Wait,
good.
what about Philadelphia runs aground and what other?
There's a card called Uncharted Seas, I think, and it combos with it. And you never want to play. And literally, the only thing Uncharted Seas does is you play it with Philadelphia Runs Aground. I have said I wished that card did other things, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna move some frigates around, I think. And yeah, I do that.
You do that thing.
I do that thing. Okay, if I can keep you from getting those last few gold coins, that will be nice. But you haven't even gotten. Oh, you have gotten Tripoli Acquirers, Corsairs. So, yep, here it goes. The arms race that always happens in this game.
Yep.
Um. So, the interesting thing about Algeria in this circumstance is that the real problem with it mostly has to do with preventing me from winning. So. I'm gonna. Don't use. No. No. Can't use that. Just perusing through my. There is a way to look at the discard pile, but I. Um. Don't know how. Uh. Unless it's one of these buttons.
Can't I win by getting 4 kills from the
Yes, if
ship?
you kill 4 ships, that is another way to win. Okay, I'm
They
going
have to be destroyed, not damaged.
correct. One of these guys I'm going to move to Dern. The other one I'm going to move to Tripoli. Hey, a bombardment. Nice. Okay, your turn.
Doing land battles.
Yeah, bombardment. Little bombarding on Dern. Since I have the gunboats, it's kind of nice because the return is
Well, if you're gonna care
fun.
about the land, maybe I should too.
Maybe you should too.
Because every other game, people have just not cared about the land. Like,
Yes.
should I care about this?
Okay, well, I'm going to play Thomas Jefferson, and I'm going to go kick your face. Ba 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 ba. And I'm going to play Preble's Boys Take Aim to increase the amount of things I roll. You could play Guns of Tripoli. I personally don't think it would be a very good idea, but you could. You do get a inherent 6 dice of defense in addition to your 4 boats because we are playing with Fortress Tripoli variant. To prevent this kind of aggression, but even with that variant, this kind of aggression is still worth it. Okay, you got 5 hits on me, which is a little nuts. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I will hit those boats.
All damaged?
They're all damaged.
So those will go to reserve?
And then immediately come back into Gibraltar next turn. And this is why you should always attack in winter if you're ever going to attack. How many did I get? I got 4 hits, which should be enough to take out all those little boats. But I did just use my once per game ability to do that. So that was I kind of had to do that. Well, I mean, it's like, at some point, that kind of attack is going to happen. And it did happen in real life. It was an eventual thing, and it took a long time. In fact, it took until about 1803 before a really good actual raid on Tripoli happened. John, you need to allocate your 4 hits, which you'd think they would do automatically, but they don't. Okay. Wow, that's not something you see every day. Now you get a turn. I just really hope that I get a naval movement next turn, because I have more boats than I can manage.
Corsairs are the little boats?
Yeah, your little boats. Yeah, and and frigates are the big boats. Okay, boat made. Now what do I do? I... This is a little odd, but oh, it's not my turn. I need to discard 2 cards. Let's discard this card and... Definitely need those. Let's discard this card. Okay. And you now need to discard, John.
Yeah.
Should I? This is tricky. Oh, it's my turn. Um, I'm going to create Hammond's army.
Alright.
What do you want to do? You could raid with that single Corsair in Tripoli. He has a 1 in 3 chance of getting a money.
Do that.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Oh, and you're going to play Happy Hunting?
Yeah.
And Merchant Ship converted, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, enough funny business. I'm playing Naval Movement. 1, 2, 3. Um, 4. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
How many turns do I have this round?
You have 3 more turns in 1804.
Let's do. Money.
Oh wow, you had the other Algerine Corsairs raid. Wow, I'm gonna play Constantinople Demands Tribute to get that back.
Okay. So you have 2 more turns?
One more turn.
You have 1 more turn?
One more turn. I take the first turn of the season, and you take the second turn of the season.
So I have 2 more turns. You have 1 more turn.
But in 1804, yes.
Okay. With that in mind, I think I'm going to do. Two more turns though. If a frigate is sunk, it's sunk forever, right?
Correct.
Okay. We're gonna do this, and then.
Yep.
We're gonna do this.
Wow. 2 1s. That is statistically unlikely. Okay.
How do you know what it rolled?
If you look in the right hand bar, it shows the entire chart of every event that has transpired in the game and every die roll. So, United States played Constantinople Demands Tribute. Tripolitanian played The Philadelphia Runs Aground. Tripolitanian played Uncharted Waters. Tripolitanian rolled 1 1. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I'll
Okay.
be able to find it.
Yeah. I will attack Dern. Okay, let's see what my bombardment is. 1 hit. And yeah, I'm good with that. You can play Mercenaries Dessert if you want to try to bribe my mercenaries with dessert. Nope. Well, a bunch of zeros were rolled, and then I took Dern. Now you are able to play Constantinople Sends Aid, if you so desire.
That seems like a good thing to do.
Okay. Oh boy. Alright. Now I need to discard 3 cards. Let's discard this card. feel like I didn't want to. I kind of feel like I need to play this. I'm gonna. This is pretty risky, but I'm gonna discard this card and discard. Oh, that hurts me. So you know it's a good game because it makes you make rough choices. I'm gonna make Constantinople demand more tribute
Wait, how are you able to do that again?
because the card is not removed. In 1805 you shuffle the discard pile into the deck and draw again.
Oh, I see. Which is why I'm able to do this.
That's right. I kept thinking, oh, I've already seen both Algerine and Corsair's raid. I don't need to worry about it. But no, it's more complicated than that. So do I just... Oh, wait. Man, I really... Hold on, I'm gonna... If I play this for an event, can I undo it? I can't. But this is a fine use of the card. I'm going to use Bainbridge to get to replay Constantinople Demands Tribute again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's get these guys.
Oh no. You've got two of your Nesias in play. Two Nesia. You have two Nesias. Like one Nesia would have been, enough, but you got two. Two Nesia. So that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to send 4 of my boats to deal with your 2 Nesias, so that's 2 for each Nesia. Okay, and I got... Oh, I took 1 hit. Okay, I can put that on a boat, and you have been hit 5 times, which is enough to take out your ships. Algeria, we'll let that pass. But Tunis is like, man, Algeria's been doing so much trade and getting all this treasure and slaves and stuff. We should try that. Immediately tries it, and America's like, whoa. And Tunisia's like, why? Why us? Algeria's been raiding for the past 2 years, and you haven't done anything about them. Or actually, since 1801.
So you can just move all of those.
You need to hit next. You need to hit next. Only if I had a naval movement.
Which you would discard your cards to do a naval movement, right?
Well, I could do a... See, this is why I wish Naval Movement, the card, had been changed in its name. So I can discard any card to move 2 boats. Naval Movement's a special event that lets me move 4 boats.
Okay. How many dice do your Corsairs roll?
Well, my frigates have 2 dice, and my gunboats have 1.
And they hit on what?
Everybody hits on 6s.
Okay.
Uh-oh, you're going to do Tripoli attacks? So Tripoli attacks is good to do like at the beginning of the year, because then my boats will be out of commission for a whole year. Although this isn't like the worst time to play it. Oh, you're doing a pirate raid. So you can play U.S. signal books overboard if you want. Okay, did I sink nothing? Hot dang. Whew. Well, that's no good. Well, I'm gonna... I don't like any of this.
So if you take Dern and remove...
Say what?
If you take Dern and remove all my allies, you do the peace?
I would also need to get rid of that frigate.
Okay, so my frigate...
Your frigate is currently preventing me from doing... And also Algeria is preventing me from doing a peace victory, or doing a treaty win.
You could get rid of Algeria.
Theoretically, I could. But I've let Algeria exist this long. I feel like it... Say what?
This is my last
It's your last turn of
turn.
1805.
Okay. Do that. Mm. Your mercenaries hit the same as my infantry.
Yeah, we all hit on fives and sixes, although there are a bunch of cards the Americans have that can make their blue guys do like roll extra dice for the whole round and then have them hit on fives and sixes.
Do that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
That was a good turn.
Let's see, I need to discard 3 cards. Let's discard. Ooh.
Do you see what I discarded?
No, that's actually one of the fun things about this. You don't get to see what the other guy discarded. Um, um, yeah, I'm gonna. And I'm gonna do this as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You get to discard down as well. Waiting on you, John.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to figure out what I was
I'm
discarding.
attacking Benghazi.
Okay.
See how the bombardment goes. I take out 1. I'm not playing any of those cards. You can play Mercenaries Desert if you want. Looks like you didn't. And I've taken Benghazi. Now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going
Ooh, finally the Algerians don't roll really well like they have all game. All right,
yeah.
it's time. Assault on Tripoli. Ba ba ba. Now is a good time for you to play Guns of Tripoli if you have it. I could have played Burn the Philadelphia before this, but I really didn't want to risk another raid on your part. Looks like
So
you
you
got.
do a naval battle and then a land
Wow.
battle.
You got no hits with Guns of Tripoli. That's rough. Yeah, and for each.
How
Uh,
many
your
hits
frigate
did
can take 2 hits, so you should assign at least 1 to your frigate. You unfortunately rolled no hits on me, even with Guns of Tripoli, which is kind of absurd. I'm not gonna lie. That was just the craziest thing I've seen. Okay, now I've scored 1 hit, and you've gone none. You don't want to put it on your frigate, I would say. Okay, next. Wow, no hits. This is going to be kind of rough. So that's gonna be the rest of your boats.
Okay.
Okay, naval bombardment ended up taking out 2 infantry. That could have been better. You need to, I think, select them, or is that automatic? No. Okay, I'm gonna play Marine Sharpshooters, Lieutenant O'Bannon, and send in the Marines. That's right, I have everything. So you should probably play Mercenaries Desert if you have it, and you do. You kill one of my mercenaries.
Only one of them.
Yeah, I feel like that card should be a little stronger personally, but
Yeah.
yeah. So now we roll, and that's it. I
Cool.
lose a bunch of guys, but that's a win for the good guys.
Good
Um,
game.
Good game. Do you want to do another? Maybe we can swap sides.
Sure.
All right. Zoop. I'll swap it up. I will join in as Tripoli, and you can join in as.
I don't know how to do that.
You click join with the United States. Oh, are you still on the map?
Yeah.
Click the arrows, the circular arrows in the top right corner, where you mouse over
Yeah.
it and it says rematch.
I see.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, let's
Um,
start.
I don't see that.
Okay, you go first as the America faction. You have your frigates, although you generally don't want to use your Swedish frigates in the first turn. Generally, your first turn involves how many boats you want to move into blockading Tripoli and how many you want to use to try to intercept the boats in Gibraltar, which you do by putting in the patrol zone. The sort of new, like, I don't want to say the meta, as far as I know, in the tournament is to just abandon Gibraltar and move your boats directly to Tripoli. Personally, I'm not a fan of that. I think it can be very strong to try to get some free hits on the guys that go from Gibraltar to Tripoli. But that's a debate and an interesting one, and that's one of the things that makes the game fun is interesting discussions like that.
Um,
If you don't have a naval movement, then that's a problem. You probably want to use some card. Not if you don't know what to do. Your victory cards
wait, can't
actually
I just use any card to move my
correct.
ships?
Correct. So click on any
Then,
card and you'll have three options: play for event, play to move two frigates, or play to build a gunboat.
right. Wouldn't I want to keep a guy in Gibraltar to
So
protect
the
the
people
rest?
in Gibraltar are doing nothing. It's only when they are in the patrol zone that they're actually stopping, because Gibraltar is owned by the
Oh,
British, and the British are currently at peace with both Tripoli and the United States. So we are unable to fight each other.
gotcha. So it would actually have to be in the
Yeah,
patrol patrol zone like that.
you can do that. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I will play Tripoli acquires Corsairs because I am getting really fortunate with the card draws this game. Your turn.
Um, can I attack your ships down there? How does that?
So you could attack my ships in Tripoli, although I would not suggest doing it with two boats because I would have 6 dice, 12 dice
Yeah.
actually, which on average would get two hits. Well, it's a little more
I can
complicated than
discard
that.
a card to do what
Build a
exactly?
gunboat or move your boats.
How do I get infantry?
Oh, you can't. So if you look at your card, Hammett's army created. Basically, you can't do that until spring of 1804. You can't get your army until all your boats are built.
Okay.
Well, I mean, until 1804. But if you look on the track, that's when it happens. And also, you need to remember in spring of 1804, you need an actual boat in Alexandria in order to make contact with Hammett. Okay, I'm going to do Murad Reyes. Let's. You can play Lieutenant Starrett in Pursuit if you want. I'd suggest not because it would only affect one boat. Generally, you want to save that for, I want to say 3 or more boats. Hey, you got one. Good for you. And I will not play U.S. Signal Books Overboard. It is your turn. What you want to do? You could bring the Swedes in if you want. You could build another
Bringing the
gunboat.
Swedes in would move them.
So the advantage to bringing the Swedes in is that you have 2 more frigates until sometime probably around 1803. The problem with that is that if you ally with the Swedes, then when the Swedes pay tribute, I take that money from you. Um, so if you never ally with the Swedes, I can't take 2 gold from you.
Right, but where do the Swedes go when I
They
send them?
go only into the patrol zone of Tripoli. Well, it says on the
Okay.
card, I think. Yeah, place them in the naval patrol zone
Um.
of Tripoli.
Yeah, I think I need them.
Okay, there is an argument for both sides. One of the interesting decisions of this game
It
is
depends on the situation, but with how many boats you have and how few I have, seems like I need them. Last game you didn't need them because you had so many boats and I had so few.
I think I will pirate raid.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, well, that was a whole lot of nothing. Your turn.
um,
You'll get a boat next turn, so there's an argument for not moving your current boat and waiting until next turn, so you can use one card to move two boats. And just building a gunboat, or you could move the boat in. Apparently, you don't need a blockade at all because I'm really bad at piracy and you're really bad at interception.
yeah.
The story of the Barbary Wars in many ways is a story about two nations that in some ways are very incompetent. America was very new to trying to wage a war across the world, and a lot of its
The
generals had
small
very little they didn't
the
take a lot of
small
action.
boats, do they roll against your interceptions as well?
So when you're doing a pirate raid, no, they don't. They don't try to fight. They're just trying to pirate. Basically, they're attacking the merchant ships. They're not attacking my ships or your ships. Makes sense to me. Gonna try another pirate raid. Do you want to use Lieutenant Starrett in pursuit? Okay. You intercepted a corsair, and I got some money. Okay. And now we draw cards. I will discard this card. Okay. Your turn.
I need to discard a card. I don't understand this one card.
Um.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully it's self-evident.
That's not as efficient.
Well. You. Yeah. You need to.
Uh,
I know the hand limit decisions for the U.S. are really, really hard. For Tripoli, it's usually pretty easy. Oh, I'll just discard my ally raid cards. That is an interesting thing about this game. The United States seems to have more. It seems to be more reliant on the events, like the triggers of the events of their cards, and Tripoli is much more build boat, raid with boat. You know, they have a couple events that are really powerful that are really good to get, but they don't really rely on them
so
like the
I
U.S.
can't
does.
do land stuff until I get Hammond's
Until
Armory
18, not for
and
another 3 turns, 3 rounds, another
um,
12 turns. Okay, you can do stuff. Okay, doing a regular naval movement. Makes sense. I will. This is an interesting choice. I think I'm going to play Storms. And fail completely. It happens. Alright, your go. Gotta get sixes on Storms, which on 4 dice. Yeah, I guess that's an unlikely thing, but sinking a boat early, very strong.
a frigate is what?
One of your big boats. And gunboats are your small boats.
Uh, feel like,
Ooh, launching the Intrepid. Are you going to use this Daring Steve Indicator?
wait, what is that? Does that make it do
You
better
roll
than
two
speed?
dice and pick the higher one.
Oh, and that's a specific card that's only for that.
It helps that card. It also helps Philadelphia Runs Aground. Daring Steve Indicator is actually a well-designed card. You can use it for two different cards. Ooh, rolled one. Unfortunate. Well, I
So I did
rolled a
nothing.
failure on my... Yeah, but I did nothing on my last card, too, so...
Yeah.
A whole bunch of nothing going on, which... Honestly, very accurate to what happened in the war. There was a whole bunch
Yeah.
of nothing for the first half of this war. I mean, there was fighting. In some ways, it opened with a bang. And there was a whole lot of both sides trying to mess with the other and not being able to for various reasons. A lot of political stuff going on, although early on there was more of the political stuff with the Allies. Towards the end, that was kind of hashed out. Although I think it was, what was it? Algeria kept popping up and being like, hey, maybe we're
So,
pirates again
how do I
now.
attack you?
You can do a naval movement and just move into Tripoli. I don't know if I suggest doing it, and you can only do it with your American ships. You can't do it with the Swedes.
Okay.
Generally, I wouldn't do that unless you have a naval movement and want to move four in, or you're using Jefferson to move your whole massive fleet in. So usually I wouldn't do it before getting. And I don't know if I would do it against this many boats. But maybe I would. And if you are going to do it, doing it later in the season makes a lot of sense because I would basically have to roll more than
I'll do that.
quite a few. Wow, Constantinople demands tribute. Why, Constantinople? Why you demand tribute? Why you gotta be like that? I'm gonna get some troops to Tripoli. That's probably a mistake, but I I'm not very good at this game.
Um, yeah, so the Jefferson thing would be like the I'm trying to win the game.
Well, no, not win the game, but like knock out, like I did it in the last game where I hit you and took out a bunch of your boats. But I used that when you were weak.
Right.
Um, Attacking Tripoli when they're strong. I mean, it's a thing you can do, but I would be rolling seven. I would be rolling 13 dice, which okay, I only hit on sixes, and as long as I'm hitting, like as long as I don't hit more than six, you're good, and only four is honestly not that bad either. So an attack actually makes an amount of sense if you're doing it like an alpha strike. Now the biggest problem with doing an alpha strike is your guys go back to Malta, but I mean essentially you're doing what the boats would be doing anyway when I pirate raid. You're just forcing the issue. So it makes a lot of sense actually to attack, especially with the two gunboats.
To attack.
Tripoli, if you're doing it with a naval movement.
Um, but a naval movement can only move 4 ships in.
Right, but the gunboats move in automatically. They're for free. They're
Okay.
towed by the frigates. Okay. I'm gonna build a Corsair. Okay, let's get rid
How many naval
of
movements are in my deck?
um like four, I think.
I'm just
Okay.
1 year away from being able to do.
Yes, next year. So at the end of this year, you probably want to send somebody over to Alexandria. You need to do your hand limit thing.
Yeah, I need to read these cards.
Okay, do a
Um,
thing.
yeah.
And if you don't know what to do, just sending a single boat to like attack Dern or something could be a thing. Although honestly, sending a single boat to Alexandria is not necessarily a bad idea. But I haven't pulled any allies out, which is probably what you should be worried about.
Yeah. Um, Still 1 year away from being able to do any land stuff. You can't put
Yeah.
any guys there.
Well, it's what it says in Hammett, 1804. Yeah. It takes like the land invasion was such a hard thing in real life. Like it really forces you to wait for it to happen. Um,
Yeah.
there's kind of the two halves of the game. The first half kind of has to be naval, and the second half is also naval,
Oh,
but we're dealing with this land stuff.
this. Fascinating.
Yeah, that's a good card to get. You know what else is a good card to get? This one, Swedes. Give me that money back.
Okay.
That is, yeah. Although I will say, those Swedes definitely kept me from doing a bunch of pirate raiding that I wanted to do.
Yeah. Into this.
Ah, not to Alexandria. Interesting. Okay.
Wait. Why would I move him to Alexandria? And why can't I move the small gunboats?
Just John, can you read? So the gunboats only are for bombardment. And just read the text on Hammett's army.
When I
While you're,
do a naval movement, why can't I move the stuff from Malta to Tripoli?
because you're not attacking Tripoli, you're going into the patrol zone.
Oh.
You undo the card. So if you're wanting to attack Tripoli itself, you got to click on Tripoli itself.
I'm not wanting to do that. I'm wanting to move the stuff from Malta to the patrol zone of Tripoli.
Gunboats cannot patrol. Only frigates
Oh.
patrol. The only thing gunboats do is they help you with bombardments.
Oh, so if I was to bombard, they would
They would
automatically.
automatically move. Yes.
Okay. I think I still want to do that.
And okay. You could have moved a guy to Alexandria, but all right.
Why would I do that? What
Because
bonus I
of
put?
John, I told you to read Hammett's Army Created. You got to read your cards. I just read your cards.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I'm gonna play Philadelphia Runs Aground with Uncharted Waters. Let's see what I get. I get one sunk boat. Okay,
So
well,
it's fully sunk.
it's just sunk. I didn't capture it as
Okay.
my own, which is a little scary, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, your turn.
I'm going to.
Well, you now should be seeing a bunch of cards in your discard pile.
Okay.
Then you want to click it and play it. And I'm guessing you're going to pick Constantinople demands aid.
Yeah.
That's usually what that's used for. Alright. Well, Algeria is declaring war. What are you going to do about that?
Are there specific cards that like remove a specific alliance?
No, no. All of the allies are the same in terms of game mechanics.
Okay. So if I was to do a raid against Algiers, I could move one of my big boats and all of the small boats to attack.
Correct.
And then where would they be?
You would move. Well, so if you want to attack Algeria itself, you would click on Algeria itself, and if you wanted to just patrol outside, you would click on patrolling outside.
Okay. Don't want to get rid of any of these cards.
I know it's really tough as the. Uh, all right, moving to boats. Oh wow, attacking. You don't have to move two boats, but and your
move all the small guys.
the gunboats will move automatically.
Okay.
At least they should. That's how it works for me.
And do you have another turn this year?
Yeah, I have one more turn this year.
Okay. Do I have another turn this year?
No. So you may want to move one boat over to Alexandria.
I might. But you have a lot of ships there.
All right, let's see how it goes. You can play Preble's Boys Take Aim, but you probably don't want to because it only affects that one frigate. And you got a hit. So hit done for hit allocation, and I will hit one of my boys. Okay, whale. I think I will pirate raid. You can play Lieutenant Starrett in pursuit if you want. Alright, and I get a gold. Wow, I was hoping that would be a lot more successful than it was. But what are you going to do?
And I get no more frigates.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's my turn.
It is your turn. Naval movement. To where are you naval moving?
Whoop, that was.
You can undo. You can hit undo. Aha. Makes sense.
I think it's gonna be actually.
Do you want to patrol or do you want to attack? You can undo.
Yeah.
This is a very forgiving UI. Okay, let's see it. Ooh, I got a hit. Hey, look at that. Do you want to have... Oh, really? You want it to be out of commission for this whole year?
I guess not. How many hits did I do to you?
One. Which is essentially going to make Algeria worthless for everything except for keeping you from winning. Okay. Well, it's not sunk, so that's good. And I think
Oh, you only
Morocco
need
will
to
declare
kill
war.
3?
Four. I need to sink four. And I've sunk only one at this point. Your turn.
Okay. So it doesn't show 4 because if you got the fourth one, you'd win.
Right.
Okay. Maybe there's more of these tiny boats to deal with here. Stuff.
Question is, when am I going to use Yusef? And
Which
I...
makes all of this stuff attack.
Yeah.
Um,
You might want to create your army so that the guy in Alexandria
yeah,
is usable. I'm not saying that's a good move. I'm just saying it's a thing you can do.
that's what I was just thinking.
Now it'd be a great time for me to play Morocco Corsairs Raid. Um, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have Tunis declare war. Sorry, Dern, you're not the contingent here. My contingent is having a massive coalition of pirates.
Think. Interesting. Think. Going to do this.
Aha! Money.
You
I'll
were
take it.
saying that I couldn't. There was nothing that could get rid of these, but
What?
this is the card that
No, there's
does
two
get
cards
rid
that
of
can
it.
get rid of those.
What's the other one?
Show of force. And yeah, tribute paid, given how much I have done, like, no piracy, it seems like a good idea.
Um,
And good idea choosing Tunis, because you saw I didn't raid with Morocco.
right.
You just need to select a boat,
There we go.
yes. Okay. And now you give me the money.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alright, well, I think this is the most we're going to get out of it. Yusef, here we go. Let's do this. I'm going to play Happy Hunting. Oh man, I lost a lot of boats there. And ooh, I got a lot, so that's good. I'll take that. And I played Merchant Ship Converted. Would have loved to get those cards earlier. Algiers, how you doing? No good. Tangier, ooh, two. Hey, and just like that, it
Is that a
all
lot of
swings.
money?
Well, I did like
Yeah.
that was absurd. I had like almost all of my Tripolitanian Corsairs. Although you did sink like what was that? Three of them? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, your go.
Hmm. Well, we're gonna.
Show force. All right. Well, if you're gonna pull your guys away from Tripoli like that, I will pirate raid. Ooh, that hurts a little, and I get a coin. I'll take it. Okay, your turn.
I need to discard some cards.
hand limit on you.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading these cards.
Okay.
Now it's my turn
Yep.
to do things.
What you doing?
I need to do this.
Naval movement, not attacking Dern. Okay.
Please. Oh, I thought you had more ships than you do. Oops.
No, I lost a lot in a tragic boating accident.
Um, could I bombard Dern with a boat?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Um, and you can't like attack me or anything.
No, no. Well, Dern in real life did have some shore batteries, and I feel like should get a little bit of coastal defense. They do not in this game. Okay, which one do you want to do
Wait.
first? Oh, and now you have to decide where your gunboats are going to go.
Yeah, how do I do
I
that?
think you click on the gunboats and say where you want to send them. I actually have not had this specific
I think I
circumstance.
have to just the first one I do, the gunboats go
No, no.
down.
I think it's you click once and then send one. Yeah, yeah, and then
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's the only way to be sure.
yeah.
And you
Wait, what? Oh,
okay? Let's see what you got. Man. Okay,
I,
you need to hit done.
did I get the
You
hit?
did it.
Okay.
Well done. And now do Dern. Nothing. All right, my turn. Well, things are not looking so good in Dern, so let's bolster our defenses.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna do this.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, and I can do more moves as well.
You can move up to 3 boats to also do the bombardment.
Cool. Do this.
Okay. Wow. No successful
So
bombardments.
I did nothing.
Nothing.
Dude.
So we're a little closer in terms of combat ability than usually happens in the Battle of Dern. You might want to play Lieutenant O'Bannon or Marine Sharpshooters. You don't have to. Um, but you are. Okay, well, I'm host, so let's go. I am not playing Mercenaries Dessert. We got a bunch of nothing for the first one. Let's go again. Ooh, one of each. Okay, I'll take that.
Does my guy still get his buff?
Yes, yes. Lieutenant O'Bannon fights the whole. And suddenly it's all going pear shaped. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's so hard to do anything here. Okay, well, I will do the customary Constantinople sends aid, even though it never happened in real life, to get me some boats. Your turn.
Um, we are going to.
Burn the Philadelphia. This is ominous. And oh wow, oh you
Did
didn't
it
use Stephen
fail?
Decatur. I mean, sure, it was a
Apparently I didn't
two-thirds
have him.
chance of succeeding,
Wait,
but yeah,
that's.
now you're gonna have to take that boat out or just assault normal like. Well, this changes things.
How would I take the boat out?
You attack. Uh, Although really, what you're gonna probably need to do is just fight me the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pirate raid. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, Okay, next turn. And I got a single gold. Not what I was looking for. Your turn.
And I have to go from Dern to Benghazi, then Benghazi to Tripoli.
To win the game, yeah.
Yeah. Or I could do a boat raid with 7 boats.
You could do that. That is a thing of which you could
And we would
do.
fight until one of us is gone.
No, we would do one round of combat. It's only the assault on Tripoli which goes all the way to the end.
Um,
Okay. Alright. Well, this is probably not going to go well for me. Yep. Bombardment succeed. Okay, well, I have a feeling I'm about to get attacked, so I'm going to play Storms. And fail again. Wow.
so where would all my ships go if I attacked you?
They would go back to Malta.
Okay. I need to discard like.
Well, hopefully I'm saving all my good rolls for the assault on Tripoli. Well, and on dodging the burn the Philadelphia. I'm going to have a very interesting choice on my first turn. A lot of interesting things that I could do. Well, it's hand limit on you.
Yeah, I'm still discarding.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's hard for the Americans. You want all these land cards, but you also want your ocean cards, and it's like, what am I going to do? It's rough.
So now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Is it right for me to check my undiscard pile, or
I feel like there is, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. Like, there should be. You should be able to check your own discard pile. Right now, the discard pile should be basically the whole deck.
I'm gonna do this.
Are you doing... Oh, you're assaulting Tripoli. Yeah?
Wait, why
Okay.
are my infantry not entering?
They will enter in a... They'll enter after the naval battle. You can play Preble's Boys Take Aim if you want to. I'm assuming you are. I'm going to play the Guns of Tripoli. You scored 7 hits, I scored 1. Wow. That's pretty bad. Oh, if you take it on a... If you take it on your frigate, that frigate won't participate in the bombardment.
Oh, oh.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Naval bombardment. I lost 2 guys. Now you can play send in the Marines and or Marine sharpshooters. What you might want to do is I actually have you outnumbered here. Playing Marine sharpshooters. Okay, that's kind of rough. You're a Marine. We'll roll hit on a 5 or 6. Please don't play send in the Marines. Please, although surely you have send in the Marines.
Apparently I don't.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, now I have a chance then. Mercenaries, be deserting. No. Wow. So you have 5 guys. I have 6, but one of your guys hits on a 5 or 6. Okay, here we go. 2 and 2. I'll take that. Next. Oh. 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 It may come down to that Marine sharpshooter because it gets. I did it! So very close. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to. No, I win.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. You win if you
What?
defeat Hamit's army. Sorry, did I not mention that?
I didn't know that because my whole plan.
It
was
says
to use the
victory or
treaty.
death on assault of Tripoli.
Okay, my whole plan was to use the treaty. I probably would have used the
Oh.
move everyone in if I didn't realize that.
Oh, I'm
Because
sorry.
the whole point was to kill the frigate.
Okay, if you wanted to do that, you should have just used Jefferson to attack.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I would lose if I didn't do that.
Right.
I would have
Yeah.
used Jefferson.
Sorry. I should have mentioned that losing your land army is one of your loss conditions.
Oh well.
Oh well. Well, we can play more later. Hopefully, you see that this is a really easy interface that anyone can use, and hope you guys have enjoyed playing with Voidninja. Check out his channel. He does Mordhau and other various and sundry games. I'll try to put a link to it, and if I forget, just comment on this video. And happy 4th of July. Down with the British.